Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share messages that I get from Spirit for all of us who are all on this journey to love. And today is Monday, so I'm going to do a weekly energy read just to see what we've got in store for this week. What do we need to have a heads up about? What are we going to be feeling this week? So let's have a little look. So I'll do the same layout as usual. What's going on in head, heart, wanting, key things to know, and then the joint energies in the middle. So this is for all of us who feel we resonate with this soul to soul and twin flame energy. So I do the divine counterpart down the left hand side and us down the right hand side. So let's have a look. I've shuffled and shuffled, so let's see. So what's going on in their heads? And it is the Four of Cups, which is sad. It's like feeling sad and unfulfilled, right, in emotions, and basically feeling unfulfilled in love because you're not taking the hand of love that's been given to you. Because look, your heart is wanting them to make a decision, right? And because there is stalemate, as in no decisions have been made, then that is why in the head space they're feeling that basically that sense of sadness, right? Unease. Like I said, being unfulfilled, because what they're wanting is, look, the Six of Pentacles is a balanced relationship. So at the moment, then there is, there's imbalance, especially if they're in other relationships where they're not in a heart-based relationship, because that is what the heart is telling them, to make a decision. She's shielding her heart there as well. And it's like they have to put the swords down in order to make the decision to follow their heart, which will then put their mind at ease, because what they want the balance. They want an equal relationship and give and take, which is exactly what these relationships are about. So the key thing to know for them is, look, the sun. That there is this wave of new energy coming in, and we always have this sort of cycle of like really heavy energy and really difficult times, and then the sun comes and it feels like there's a new level that has been reached. And that's what's happening here. Look, if you look here as well, the sun is sat on this horse. The horse is like courageous and a sign of freedom, and the baby here is completely naked, arms wide, because the sun is warming them up, and that's exactly what this needs, right? Look, in the headspace, it's like, look at him, he's just like sad looking down, because the heart space is saying, just put the swords down and make a decision, follow your heart. You want this give and take, equal balance in relationship. The sun is here to help you to make that decision. The energy, look at that, the energy that they're taking from the union then is the Knight of Wands. So don't be surprised if you get sort of in and out energy from your twin very strongly, whether that be in the physical, whether that be in spirit, but that in out energy, because that's what's happening, with this. The swords are all about mental, and so a mental decision has to be made in order to create balance. And that's why this energy comes in, out, all the time. So let's see what's for us. So what's going on? So here, what's in our head? And it is the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is basically the twins' energy, but it's the king of being in the physical world. So what we're thinking of is them in the physical, being the king energy, coming and being our king, basically. In the heart space, we have the Eight of, very, like, in the heart space, the Eight of Swords. So because, right, so, and the Eight of Swords is where you put yourself in your own, emotional and mental prison. But actually, that, like I said, it's been really difficult over the last, it's always tricky, isn't it? But this is where it feels very, very like we're trapped, right? Because of all of the mental thoughts. And the reason why is because a decision needs to be made by the divine counterpart, right? And that's why we're feeling trapped, because, we were thinking we want them to turn up in the physical. They're not here in the physical, so therefore in our heart we're kind of like trapped in this cycle, this circle of emotions and thoughts and feelings. And that's why the Eight of Swords is here, because that's only our doing, because actually, in the spirit we're already together. It's the physical that we are working through, and that is much trickier, which is why we get ourselves in a state and put ourselves in this Eight of Swords energy, because what we want is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is about saying we want all of the options to be us. Right? So we want the divine counterpart to open up, to make a decision, to choose. Seven of Cups is about choosing options. It's about choosing love, basically. So what we want is, and seven is the number of the soul. So what we want is them, for the divine counterpart, to make a decision to choose us, take the mask off, like remove the swords from protecting the heart, and then come towards us. So the key thing to know for us is, look at that, the Nine of Cups, which is dreams coming true. So if you look at the I'm just going to see what the energy is from the union, and Ten of Cups. I thought that might be the case, because what all around this is, is the Sun, the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Wands, this strong energy of wanting to be the knight in shining armor, right? And delivering this dream for emotional fulfillment, having this new wave of energy. This is what, the spirit is saying, is that don't tie yourself up into this mental torture, because actually what is coming is your dreams are being fulfilled. Emotional fulfillment is here. The sun is going to shine again. And then you'll have this Knight of Wands energy coming through very, very strongly. And look at him holding his, the wand. Very, very kind of, very, well, it's kind of it's an overflowing of romantic energy after this kind of heartache, because decisions haven't been made. So the crowning energy then is, you couldn't make it up, could you? The Ten of Swords. And the grounding energy is the Hierophant. Wow. So this week then is that there is a pull towards doing the spiritual connection for both twins. If you look here, there's two. That's actually never noticed that before, but there's twins at the bottom, look. And so there's a pull towards doing the traditional, as in the spiritual traditional relationship. And so that energy is very powerfully helping us to ground these connections in. And because of that, then that's why above that, in this physical realm, we're like having this Ten of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Two of Swords, because it's all in the mind. It's all in the mind about, basically that procrastination. The Ten of Swords is when you feel like, you've had that, you've basically been laid down and you've just got so much mental torture going on that you just think you can't take it anymore. And that's happening because we're putting ourselves, and this is why it's good to know this for this week coming up, because be careful about putting yourself in this mental torture. Because you can see the only reason why that is happening is because the divine counterpart needs to lay down the swords and just go from the heart. And that's what's causing all this mental mind game stuff. Because actually it's just about choice. It's about choice to follow the heart, follow the Hierophant. So, it could be some heavy mental mind games this week. So, just be aware of that but around it is the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Sun, you know, the Hierophant. It's all there to say, look, dreams are coming true. The energy around you is to make the dream come true, to make the emotional fulfillment. And that's why there is so much mental torture going on, because your heart is being pulled towards this beautiful Ten of Cups. But actually, we're in stalemate because a decision needs to be made. So let's have a little look. What are the messages of love? So just be aware of your mind then this week. Like I said, be careful, because it could put you in all kinds of tricky situations. So for the divine counterpart, it is this. Look, how interesting. What they want is balance. You know, the Six of Cups. And that's exactly what I was saying. If they're in other relationships, then they are giving too much. You know, that it's not the right relationship for them, because it's not an equal. Right, so what they're striving for is balance, exactly like this says. You know, what they want is balance, the Six of Pentacles, and they don't have that currently, so that's what they want. For us, what's going on? Messages of love. Like it's really interesting. Someone, look at that. Someone is thinking so much about this. What's that? That's the Eight of Swords right there. And to know that you're both thinking about, look, the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords, thinking. And it's just like, just allow, instead of thinking, be careful of your thoughts and move more into the heart space, because that's where you will also achieve balance, right? And then what about for the union? Let's see. And it is this. You couldn't make it up. Of course, patience. You know, it's all unfolding in divine timing. Really, really trust that. Because, you know, there's nothing... Basically, the only thing that we can all do is surrender to the process. Is to really believe that this is here for a purpose. Look at that, fate. That this is a destined partnership. It is meant to be. So there's nothing really else that we can do. We just have to accept that everything is happening for a reason. It's all part of the process. So let's all be careful of our mindset. Let's just appreciate that we work off each other's energy. And there's no better way than seeing that through that reading, right? Because look, you can see that basically we play off each other. Because in their hearts, but because they're thinking, I need to make a decision, I haven't made a decision, then procrastination is set in. Because of that, then we're tying ourselves in knots because we're thinking obsessively about this situation. And that's what's creating this Ten of Swords energy above. But it's all because the Hierophant is here wanting to ground these connections into the physical, wanting to make dreams come true, wanting to be, you know, the Ten of Cups, wanting to ground that energy into the physical. And so that's why we have a lot of mental, let's say, angst going on. But this is how we move through that. We understand that it's a fated relationship. We have patience. We trust that everything is happening for a reason, and therefore we can move into a better state of balance. So that's the energy for this week. It looks like there could be some, crazy mind games going on. So just, like it says, just do whatever you can to move into that space of just understanding that it's a fated relationship. Be patient and accept that everything is happening and it's all working out in the right way just for you. So if you would like to have a reading like this for you and your connection, then please do. All details are in the description box against this video. But in the meantime, you know, however this plays out for you this week, just allow yourself to have some calm moments to move out of the head into the heart and trust that everything is happening in perfect divine order. All right, I hope that helps. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.